Hello and welcome to class. If you're seeing this video, you have signed up for a FIRE class through the Western Online program. Online education can be very convenient. It's wonderful to be able to work when it's most convenient for yourself. It helps when you have a busy schedule, or if you're enrolled in a program and you don't live very close to it. These are all wonderful reasons to take online learning. However, there are some challenges to online learning as well. I've put together this short video to give you some tips for how to most successfully complete your course. As we go through it, I remind you that if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. So let's begin. Here are some tips for success. First of all, read the syllabus carefully. The syllabus contains a lot of information that will be very useful to you, including how assignments are graded and when assignments are due. It'll also tell you what's expected of you, how many quizzes there are, how many tests there are, and overall, it's your guidepost to the course. Next, read all the material that's assigned. Make sure that you go through every unit, and make sure that you do so. When you do so, make sure that if there's any extra reading assigned, that you take part in that. A theme through online learning is always, you will get out of it what you put into it. That is the difference between online learning and traditional classes, in that the student is really in charge of his or her own education. As a result, it's going to require a lot of discipline on your part. Next, don't attempt tests or quizzes without being fully prepared. Too many times we get in a hurry, or we think that we've got a handle on the information after a cursory read. I really strongly urge you to treat these tests and the quizzes as you would traditional education. Many of the tests are on open book, but even with that, they usually don't allow enough time to methodically look for every answer. For that reason, your success when doing tests really is going to be dependent on how well you know the material. So I strongly urge you to make sure that you study, study, study. Regarding instructions, the biggest mistake that people make is they don't read the assignment instructions carefully. So whenever you get an assignment due, make sure that the first thing you do is pay attention to what is the topic, how do you turn it in, whether or not I want you to turn it in via email or the Dropbox, and how many pages is it supposed to be, and how is it supposed to be formatted. Lastly, be aware of the due dates. Most assignments and quizzes have submission deadlines. We do this to help students stay on track, because what we have found is that students who fail online courses almost invariably do so because of a poor scheduling technique. Which brings us to our most important point, which is, do not wait until the last minute to do assigned work. Work at a steady pace. I would suggest that you visit the course website and do at least some work at least once a week. At the beginning of a semester, it may seem like you've got a great deal of time, but I can promise you that it's going to go by quickly. And because of that, it's very easy to get behind. So again, make some sort of attempt to work at your course at a regular, steady pace. Waiting to the last minute leads to poor work, and more importantly, poor or limited learning. Remember, at the end of the day, you're here to get an education. So remember that it is about the learning. Sure, you want to pass the course, and ultimately you want to get a degree. But I do promise you this, sometime, years from now maybe, after you've taken the courses, you've been promoted, there's going to be material that you took while a student that you're going to need to use. And because of that, It's really more important to get an education than a degree. With that said, I hope that you enjoy the course. I hope that you get a lot out of it. And also remember, you are not alone. If you need help, if you have questions, by all means reach out to your instructor. Contact information for your instructor is on the website. You can reach them by email and by telephone. An instructor is always willing to set up a call with you at a convenient time for both your instructor and yourself, where you can go over questions about the course. I would also remind you that your fellow students are also a great source of assistance. The course website has a lot of different methods of communication. We try as hard as we can to build a sense of community amongst the students. So don't be timid about reaching out to other students for help as well. You can do this by email, by text messaging, and even setting up chat rooms where several students can meet and confer. Very often assignments are group assignments, and they'll require you to work with your other students. So I would make an effort early on to get to know each and every one of them. I hope you enjoy the course, and again,